Well, hello there, friends. I just took out chicken Kiev. I'm going to show you how to make it. It's a chicken breast stuffed with a compound butter, garlic butter, and I'm going to serve it with a buttery mashed potatoes. I'm going to show you how to make it. It's delicious. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell. Stay tuned. We're doing it right now, friends. Okay, well, let me show you how to do it. Definitely is a phenomenal chicken dish. I got butter. You know it's going to be good, right? I got a half a pound of butter. First, we're going to make like a compound butter. And where I got a little tarragon. If you got tarragon, if you don't have tarragon, you don't need it. You can put parsley to work fine. A couple of teaspoons of tarragon. One big tablespoon of freshly chopped parsley. And 2 tablespoons of freshly chopped garlic. And what you got, and let's put some salt and pepper in there. I like to put the cracked black pepper over there, and then a little salt in there, because I don't use salted butter. If you use salted butter, you obviously don't need the salt right there, friends, okay? We're gonna mix this up really, really good. You know, when I make this, friends, I make a lot. I make extra because I keep it in the freezer. You know, I'm doing some steaks, I'm doing garlic bread, or I'm making some crouton. I don't need to make the butter. I just go to the freezer and I got some already made, you see? And you can freeze it in the freezer, 17 years. In the freezer, it'll last forever. I don't know about 17 years, but it lasts a long time. So I recommend you make a pound when you're doing, because you go through the trouble of mixing the whole thing like this, you see? And you might as well make a lot, because it's the same amount of work. So now, how do we save this? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to make some sticks that I'm going to stuff inside the chicken. So it's easier than rolling it and all that, and then it's not exactly easy to roll them. You know, you see those people doing it, make it look like it's easy. It's not exactly easy to cut a chicken flat and stuff it with butter, and the butter don't come out everywhere. Not exactly easy. So I'm going to show you how to make a pocket in the chicken. All right. So now first, let's make this little stick of butter that I was telling you about. Okay. So what I do is I take a plastic wrap. I moisten my board so it sticks. I take a piece of plastic wrap. I cut it. Right? And then I put it on my cutting board. Let me take this thing out of there so it doesn't block the cameras. And we make it nice and flat, okay? And what I do, this half a pound is gonna make about 4 or 5 sticks of butter. Depends the size you make them. You don't wanna make them too big, otherwise you're not gonna be able to put them in a chicken. You see, friends, I'm gonna take the bowl out of him in a second. I just want to show you, it's not exactly practical to do this stick. But, I mean, you can do it professionally if you want by taking a pastry bag and put in the pastry bag and all that, but most of you don't want to go through that trouble. So I'm always trying to find some techniques that are easy for you guys to do at home. So now, we're going to roll this. We have to be careful, though, not to catch some of the wrap. Because if we catch some of the wrap in there, it'll be very difficult. So what I do, see, I close it right there, right? And then what I do is I take my pastry cutters that I have, this little plastic pastry cutter that I have. And you see what I do? I get out, I make sure there's no fold of the plastic that is caught in it. You'll see in a minute, all right? So what I do now, I just roll it. See now, by the way, the fact that it's closed like this, you see, I need to make this nice and round. And the fact that it's closed here, you see, it's closed, right? There's no way for the butter to escape. All I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it on top of it, right? And if I do this, if I just roll it right now, it'll roll and it'll go left and right, but it's not going to get caught. I know I'm not explaining it that good. Sometimes I wonder. You know, I don't explain things too good sometimes. Look, you hold this and you turn it like this. And then you got yourself a nice little stick of butter. All right? And you're going to say, well, what am I going to do with this? I'll show you what you're going to do with this. I already did them in advance. So, okay, so now you take this and you put it in the freezer or you put it in a cooler. You put it in a cooler so it becomes hard. I'll show you. I got them. I got them. You watch. Here you go. You see? I already did it. So this one right there, it's about 4 or 5, depends the size you make them. Okay? And if you look at your chicken breast, you go, wow, look at the chicken breast I'm going to use, friends. Look at that thing. So I can stuff it with a nice size one in there because that's a big chicken breast. Look at that chicken breast. Okay, so we're going to take it, put the other one in the freezer or in a cooler, whatever you got. All right? And now I'm going to show you how to make a pocket. So when you buy chicken breast, friends, they usually come 2 or 3 to the pack. Try to find the heaviest one. So they're big. Look at this thing. Look like a breast of a turkey. So it's perfect for this, though. It's perfect for this. So what I'm going to do, friends, if you notice on the chicken, I always explain that this is the outside of the chicken. This is the inside of the chicken. See, the inside is all evenly, not even, is up and down and all that. This is where the tenderloin was, right there. So it's not smooth like the outside. So you want to make sure you always work by looking at the inside so you know where you're at, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to go inside and I'm going to make a pocket to host my tube of butter. Okay, so I go inside like this, then I'm going to make a right turn right there. I'm going to go in, boom, 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 and I'm going to make a little pocket big enough to put my my butter in there, all right? So now look, I don't want to make a hole too big here. I want to make it just big enough to this so the butter doesn't come oozing out on the outside. So what I do is I check it right there. This is pretty big, right? It's not dangerous, I promise you, folks. You just got to be careful. When you're holding the knife, make sure you're holding it where you can move. You see the way my fingers are on the table and it's holding the knife straight. You see the way the knife, it doesn't go up and down or anything. It stays straight like that, you see? Right? Now, this is very important you do this. So then when you go in, you'll go right there, you aim, and you go in, and boom, 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 boom. You know where you are. Because you're straight, you see? You go straight, no drinking before you do that, okay? So now if you're not sure where you are, you go, where am I? I'm right there. See, look, I'm right there. Can you get all this, Jack? Got it, see? See, I'm right there. I know where I am. I know where I am, and I'll go in now. Here it's going to get a little skinny, so you have to be careful, okay? And my stick of butter is going to fit right in there, you see? Let me take this out of the way, right? So I go in. See, it's not complicated. You just can't be afraid to do it, right? Always check where you are. So now I'm going to make my left turn right there. See, boom, boom, boom. I'm right here now. See, look, I'm coming in, right? I'm coming in right there. So now I got to be careful. See, I'm right there. See, look, I'm right there. I'm making the turn right there. I'm opening here so I can go. And I'm flipping the knife on the other side to make sure I got enough of a hole. I am good to go. I got a nice hole. You see, friends? I got a nice hole. So now, let's make sure I did this correctly. We're going to take the plastic, and if I did it correctly, the butter is not going to get stuck. That's what I was trying to explain it earlier. I don't think I did a very good job at it. You see, look. This is where the fold was. You see, friends? There's no plastic stuck in it. Or a little bit. See, look, that's what I want you to avoid. I'll show you. You see right there, a little bit. See, right there, a little bit. See? See, so that's what I want you to be careful in not folding it. And that's why I want you to scrape right there, right? And then you take your butter and look. Hearty, I like this. Is that simple or what, my friend? Piece of cake. That's a lot easier than a piece of cake, actually. So now at this point, it's closed. If you messed up, you can take a toothpick, and you can always do it this way. But you should be okay. It should not open because you were going to put some flour and breading and all that. And look, see it right there. You see? You can almost see it right there because it's thin in this area. You can almost see it, so you have to be gentle, right? Okay? All right. So now, friends, I'm going to take the chicken, And me to remove all this so I keep everything clean. And then I'm gonna put it in the flour. And I'm gonna put it in the egg. And then I am going to put it in the breadcrumb. So now, let me explain. Let me wash my hands, friends, because I gotta grab the salt and pepper. I forgot to put the salt and pepper in there, and I wanted to tell you about it. But I didn't want to go in there with my chicken hands. Otherwise, you not then. Anyway, let's not go there. Little salt, right? Little pepper, okay? So these 2 eggs, the whole egg, right? I could have put the salt and pepper in the flour, but I didn't, so I put it here now. How's that? Only on one side. It's better if you put it in the flour first. All right, so let's go. Let's go in there now. Put a little flour, a little salt and pepper here. The pepper is not going to stick because obviously. Now, it's very important, my friends, then you really put a lot of flour. I mean, a lot of flour, not a lot of flour. You put flour everywhere. Why are we putting flour? Because if we don't put the flour, the egg don't stick. Okay, the egg don't stick on the chicken, especially if it's a moisture chicken. It doesn't stick, right? So that's why we're putting it on there, right? Put the flour on there so we can put the egg. And why putting the egg? Because if I don't put the egg, the breadcrumb is not going to stick. It's pretty simple. People are here for the first time and these guys are not. But look, is that a beauty or what? You have to admit. It's beautiful. There you go. Just be nice. Look at this, eh? All right, so now I'm going to the egg. Now, and it gets a little messy here. I hate when it gets messy, so you know what I'll do? I'll take a two-tone, so I don't get my hand all messy, all right? Take it right there. And then what we're going to do, friends, we're going to go in the, oh, that's terrible. Look at this. We're going to go in the breadcrumb. It's a seasoned panko that I have. Seasoned panko. You can buy it like that, seasoned panko. If you don't have a seasoned panko, you can use regular breadcrumb. I have a recipe for make a beautiful seasoned panko or breadcrumb. I'll give you the recipe on the website, okay, friends? So make sure this is nicely covered, but you don't want to put too much. You just want to make sure it's covered. And then what you do, you let it soak. You let it drip a little bit, and then you go in your breadcrumb. All right, so now, so far so good, right? Now try to keep your hands clean, you see? You notice sometimes you do it, it's like it got all really messy. Okay, it wouldn't, trust me, it happened to me. Whatever happened to you happened to me. Okay, so here we go, friend. Look at this baby. Okay, so now, what I'm gonna do, friends, I'm gonna clean up everything because I needed the space right there. I'm gonna clean up everything, and then I'm gonna get it ready for the oven, all right? I'm gonna show you what I do in the oven. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes, okay? I'm just gonna clean up all this. Okay, friends, got the stove ready to go. So all I'm doing now is, my oil is about 365. What I'm doing, I'm putting it in the oil. I'm just gonna give it a beautiful color, okay? Cook it with whatever cooking oil you want. I like to use an avocado oil or vegetable oil, whatever you wanna use. It's best if it's a high smoke point oil. So then you get a really nice color. And all we're looking for now is to get some beautiful color. So then when we slice it, it's pretty, okay? And then, like I said, we're gonna serve it with the mashed potatoes. So it takes, I don't know, a minute or two on each side. It really, it's not gonna take much time at all. Make sure if you have a hole, just in case you poked a hole in it, put a toothpick in it, or put a bandage with a lot of breadcrumbs in it. A lot of flour and a lot of breadcrumbs on it. Okay, friends? So we're almost there. See, it goes really fast. As long as your oil is at 365, you're going to be doing just fine. You see? See, look. Didn't take any time at all. This is beautiful right there. And it's going to get a little more browned when it gets to the oven. So you see, and we're going to do a little bit on the side of it. I might need 2 tongs. I like to work with 2 tongs. I think it's always better when we do something like this, you see. So we can do the side of it. How are we doing over there in the back? Yeah. This is going to be the side we're going to cook it in. So I don't care if it's not exactly brown right now. This is going to be perfect right there. And the other side. And this is good enough. All right. Now we're going to take it and I'm baking it. Turn the heat off. I'm baking it at a 375 degree oven. 365 would work. I'm doing it on a seal pad so it doesn't attach, but parchment paper is just fine. All right, so we're gonna cook it. Probably gonna take about a big one like that, probably 15 minutes. I wanna make sure I get to an internal temperature of about 160, somewhere around there. All right, so I'll be back in a few minutes when it's ready and we'll serve with the mashed potatoes. Okay, friends, I wanted to show you the entrance, the hole I made in was leaking a little bit. I mean, no, not leaking, I could see it was going. So I took a toothpick and I put it in there, okay? Remember, you can do the same thing, eh? A little bit of butter is going to come out. Not much we can do about that unless we seal it with a totally seal it, but we don't need to worry about that. I got my beautiful mashed potatoes. I got my buttery mashed potatoes. I don't know if you guys ever have those mashed potatoes. Those are the garlic mashed potatoes. They're gonna be delicious. I'm gonna take my plate and put it right there. And I'm gonna put this right on top because I want, when I cut the butter, to fall right on top of my mashed potatoes. So this is gonna give me a little bit of extra butter in the mashed potatoes. Not that we always need extra butter, but in this case, friends, I think we do. Just right there, look, yeah. And now, I'm gonna cut it. You can serve it with asparagus, with green beans. You can serve it with asparagus and green beans, I think it'd be great. Buttered green beans, it'd be delicious. So we're gonna cut into it, just like this, so you can see how beautiful we are on the inside, friends. You see, look. You see what's beautiful? It does the butter right there. Look at the butter right there. See, our butter is right there. And look at the chicken is so beautiful and moist, friends. Look at it. Look at that chicken right there. It's got the perfect amount of butter and falls right in the mashed potatoes. Oh, this is going to be delicious. Now, the butter, don't expect the butter to ever stay in the hole you made. You know, it's made, it's liquid. You cook the butter, it's going to fall apart. But look how moist the chicken is. Can you see that, Jack? How moist the chicken is? Look at this, friends. It really is. I mean, it's like butter. This chicken is going to be like butter. It's going to be like beautiful with a little mashed potato right there. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I haven't had that in a while. But let me tell you, friends, it's amazing. Amazing. People say that a lot. But it is what you're supposed to say when it's really amazing. See how beautiful it is? Nice and juicy. Now, the problem is this is too much for one. I can say, no, it's not. So you could certainly make smaller breasts, but it makes it a little more difficult if you have a smaller breast to put a pocket on it. So make a big one and then split it in two. This is enough for 2 servings. Friends, I hope you make it. This is a classic. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching. Wow, why don't you test that chicken? I mean, look at this thing. Look how moist that is. And the mashed potatoes. The butter. God, I had a star going there. That's amazing. It really is. Wow. Okay.